Hey there, I hope you had a great spring break. I am back today on Monday to finish up this great read aloud we've been sharing together called Kitty and the Tiger Treasure. We left off with one chapter to go, and I thought it might be a good idea to go back a little bit and reread the very end of the last chapter so we can sort of remember where we left off. If you remember, they are in the pet shop and lots of crazy things are happening. And so I thought we would start right here. Remember this cat? Where we left off at the end of the chapter. It says, there was a bang followed by a loud clatter from the front of the shop. Kitty jumped. Maybe the curse was real. Remember they thought there was maybe a curse with the tiger? What was that? Precious leaped across the room, grabbing Kitty's hand with both paws. Save me, Kitty. I'm not a bad cat, really. Stay close to me. Kitty's heart pounded like a drum as she crept toward the doorway. She could hear the pet squeaking and fluttering, disturbed by the strange noises. Kitty dodged as a box of treats toppled from a shelf, and then she leaped bravely through the door. That's that picture. So here's today's chapter. Chapter 6. A hamster ran under Kitty's legs. Someone has opened all the cages, she gasped. The animals are escaping. The little hamster climbed the shelves, cheeping sharply. Then a pink-eared rabbit hopped across the shop counter. The green and red parrots flew out of their cage, squawking, "Stop, thief!" You can see all of the critters getting out. The curse is coming true, moaned Precious. I wish that horrible statue had never come here. Kitty spotted Cleo peeping out from behind a fish tank, and then the gray cat pushed a box of hamster food off the shelf. Kitty understood at once. Cleo had caused all this chaos. Chaos means just kind of like craziness, like noise and trouble, to make Precious believe the story about the curse. The museum cat must have been listening the whole time. Precious ran around in circles, her pointy ears swiveling from side to side. There was another crash as Cleo knocked a stack of dog leashes to the floor. Precious arched her back fearfully. Kitty, the spirits are here to take revenge. Oh, save me! Cleo ducked behind the fish tanks as the golden-eyed cat ran around in a panic. Why don't I take the statue back to the museum, suggested Kitty. That will stop the curse. Yes, yes, I will give you the silly statue, cried Precious. I never want to see it again. Running to the safe, she twisted the lock, and the door clicked open. There she is. Kitty removed the golden tiger. It felt heavy in her hand. Don't worry, you're safe now, she told Precious. But to be really sure, you should tell the dog to return all the other stolen things. I promise I will, said Precious, her eyes wide. And never use your hypnotism on him or anyone else again, added Kitty. Precious nodded eagerly. I'll be good from now on. Please don't let the curse get me. Wait for me here. I'll make sure everything is safe, Kitty told her before running back into the shop. With Cleo's help, she ushered most of the pets back into their cages. There was a noise at the window, and Pumpkin's face appeared. Kitty, the dog is returning, and someone has switched a light on upstairs, Pumpkin whispered. Goodbye, Precious, called Kitty. Remember what you promised. Kitty and Cleo hid in the shadows as the Springer Spaniel trotted into the pet shop, then darted out the back door. Kitty held the golden tiger tightly. We did it, she whispered. Cleo, you're the best guard cat a museum could ever have. You were so clever making all that noise so that Precious would worry about the curse. They tricked her. Cleo puffed out her chest. I could tell that cat wouldn't give the statue back easily, so I made it as noisy as possible. I couldn't have done it without you, Kitty. I wish I had someone as kind and loyal as you helping me all the time. Pumpkin and Figaro ran over to join them, and Pumpkin eyed the statue worriedly. I know the curse is just a story, but maybe we should take the golden tiger back to the museum as quickly as we can. Well said, Figaro yawned and stretched. All this excitement is exhausting. Besides, my stomach is empty and I need a nice big supper. They climbed back up the fire escape to the roof, running along the edge of the rooftops. They jumped from building to building. The moon rose higher in the sky and the stars glittered. Leaping to the top of the museum, Kitty stopped for a moment to look across the city. The night wind swirled, making her cape flutter. "Oh no," cried Cleo. "Stan must have discovered that the statue is missing." Kitty peered through the glass dome. Two men were leaning over the pedestal where the golden tiger had been. One was wearing a dark blue guard uniform. So this is where they were looking through. The other man had a bald head that gleamed in the moonlight. "Who's that other man?" asked Kitty. "That's Mr. Martinez, the head of the museum," Cleo told her. "What do we do now?" cried Pumpkin. "We can't put the statue back without them seeing us." Kitty frowned. "I suppose we could explain everything, but they might blame the owners of the pet shop for what Precious did, and this wasn't their fault at all." Figaro twirled his jet-black whiskers. "I may have an idea. Follow me." They followed Figaro through an upstairs window. Here they all are. Their steps echoed as they climbed down the marble staircase. Ducking behind a pillar, they watched more museum staff run toward the exhibit room. "So many people, it feels like the whole city will be here soon," Cleo flicked her tail. "We'd better be fast." "This way!" Figaro scampered into the museum restaurant and stopped beside a row of mouth-watering cakes, each displayed inside a glass cake stand. "What's your plan, Figaro?" asked Kitty. Figaro waved his paw at a beautiful vanilla and strawberry cake with sugar frosting. "As we cannot return the statue to its rightful place, we need to put it somewhere it will be found immediately in the morning. If we place it here, people will spot it right away. I suggest using the empty chocolate cake stand." Kitty looked along the row of cakes, past the lemon cake with the white icing, and at the end was an empty stand labeled chocolate cake. Here it is. "You're right," Cleo nodded approvingly at Figaro. "Many visitors and staff come to have a morning coffee and a pastry, and they'll spot the statue right away." She jumped up onto the counter and lifted the lid of the cake stand with her teeth. Carefully, Kitty placed the golden tiger on the stand. Remembering the legend, she wondered if the statue knew her heart's desire. She touched its paw, and for a second the tiger's emerald eyes glowed in the dim light. Kitty smiled to herself, and a tingle ran down her spine. Cleo replaced the lid. "Quickly, we mustn't be found here." Kitty paused for a moment as the others darted back to the corridor, which is a fancy word for a hallway. Finding a pencil behind the counter, she scribbled a message on a waiter's pad. Here's what it said. "Here is the golden tiger, which was stolen but returned safely, thanks to Cleo, the museum cat." Smiling, she left the piece of paper beside the statue and ran to join the others. By the time they reached the rooftop, the clock tower was chiming midnight. "Thank you all so much." Cleo bowed deeply. "Kitty, I will never forget the help you gave me. You are a true friend." "I'll come and visit you when my mom and dad bring me to the museum," promised Kitty. "They'll love the story of how we saved the statue." Kitty, Pumpkin, and Figaro made their way home across the rooftops in the moonlight. Pumpkin brushed against Kitty's legs. "Kitty, did you touch the golden tiger's paw?" Kitty smiled at the kitten. "Yes, I did. Just before I left it on the cake stand." Pumpkin skipped around a chimney. "What's your greatest wish? Do you think it will come true?" "My greatest wish would be for a delicious slice of salmon cooked in an herb sauce," Figaro put in. "I thought I'd wish for rubies and diamonds, but my wish wasn't for me. It was for Cleo. I hope the museum is grateful for everything she's done, and they make her an official guard." Kitty stopped to look at the beautiful night sky and the city lights winking in the darkness, and then she looked at Figaro and Pumpkin. "Anyway, I have my greatest wish already. Being here with my friends is the best adventure in the world." And that is the end of this adventure. At the end of the book, the author has listed some super facts about cats. Fact number 1, super speed. Have you ever seen a cat make a quick escape from a dog? If so, you know they can move really fast, up to 30 miles per hour. Super hearing. Cats have an incredible sense of hearing and can swivel their ears to pinpoint even the tiniest of sounds. Super reflexes. Have you ever heard the saying, cats always land on their feet? People say this because cats have amazing reflexes. If a cat is falling, it can quickly sense to move its body into the right position to land safely. Supervision. Cats have amazing nighttime vision. Their incredible ability to see in low light allows them to hunt for prey when it's dark outside. Super smell. Cats have a very powerful sense of smell. Did you know that the pattern of ridges on each cat's nose is as unique as a human's fingerprints? Now, tomorrow we will start book number 3. It is called Kitty and the Sky Garden Adventure. So, we'll start that tomorrow and see what that's all about. I hope you enjoyed this book, though. I sure enjoyed reading it to you. See you tomorrow.